Use this meta secret to supersize your business. Supersize your business fast. Welcome to day 148 of our Supersize You annual challenge. Supersize your business annual challenge. Excuse me, 2 challenges. Get confused some days. I'm not really confused. I just trip over my tongue. All right, today we are working on the P in our super framework, the framework we came up with in January, and we're using every month this year on a different area and aspect of the life framework, the 9-part life framework that we use to streamline and understand and look at interconnectivity and make sure that we're doing what's best for us as a whole human being as we build and grow and scale our business. Well, the P in our super framework stands for planning your path. Yesterday we came up with and just uncovered what is our current situation with respect to mental health and well-being this month, because that's what we're focusing on. Day before that, we identified and specified the target. What is it that we want for mental health and well-being? How do we want to show up in our business and set a good example for the rest of the people that are connected to or somehow involved with our business? And that created a gap between where we are and where we want to be. Where we are was yesterday, where we want to be. Usually I do it the other way around. So today we're thinking about, what do I need to plan out? And we don't have to plan the whole thing. So often we get stopped in our tracks because we believe that we have to know how we're going to get all the way there before we take action. Ever been guilty of doing that? I have. We all have. Okay, this looks like a huge endeavor. Do I even want to start it? That is usually what goes through my head. But I like big projects, I'm not going to lie. I think they're awesome and fun. And I love all the challenges along the way because they always teach me more about myself, which is part of what today's topic is. So we want to plan our path. But I challenge you today just to pick the next step. What is the one thing you need to do right now to begin to fill that gap? Maybe it's get a book. Maybe it's research. Maybe it's call your coach. Maybe it's phone a friend. Maybe it's just think about what it would take in order to brainstorm some possibilities that you could do. Something you can do today. Pick something small that you can do and will do today. Commit to yourself to move from where you are to where you want to be. And then guess what? I said set a goal for the end of the year. And if you did that, you've got plenty of time. But don't waste all that time by not doing anything. We're going to frame it up today and plan this month so we can keep doing the actions we need to take to achieve the thing we want by the end of the year. Or maybe you set a shorter term goal. I changed my mind today and realized that a heinous little belief and thought has started popping back in my head again. It's one of those things I thought that I got rid of and I dealt with a long time ago. Following my sudden cardiac arrest, when I woke up in the hospital, the first words out of my mouth were WTF, but the whole words, not just the acronym. But I'm going to use that instead of saying it because I'm old and I don't think we should curse online that much if we can possibly avoid it. It makes us look silly or dumb or lazy or passionate. I guess that's a thing we could reframe as well. So I'm working on that. I know how it used to be. I know how I improved it. I don't really know why it's slipping back in, but I kind of do. So I'm going to analyze and look at that today as part of today's action item for the challenge. We're looking at something called metacognition. Now, I was thinking about it. I don't think anyone has ever used the word metacognition in front of me before. Maybe it's the people I hang out with. Maybe it's too big a word for them. Or maybe we just never think about it. But all it is thinking about our thought processes. Thinking about our thoughts and thinking about how we think about things, how we analyze things, what processes we use. And I use the SOAP framework. That's my way of thinking about my thinking. And that came out of the pandemic. I, like everybody else, was sitting around because we were at home doing a lot of thumb twiddling and asking myself, okay, even if this is just for 2 weeks, what might I be able to accomplish in 2 weeks? Doing whatever I want, when I want, where I want, probably in my pajamas because I'm not going anywhere. And that began, and out of that came the Get Up and Go 30-plus day challenge. And I did that every other month for 2 years. I am making a video. I'll help you in 1 second. Sorry about that. So today we're looking at our way of thinking. How do we make decisions? So I challenge you today to look at one decision that you make and ask yourself, what biases did I have when I made this decision? What thought process did I use? What process did I use? Do you use a process for making that decision? And what might you be able to do better if you actually paid attention to the processes you were using to come to that decision. All right, that's all I've got today. If I can help you, share that in the comments below by the way, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.